As always, we start by taking the proportions of the object. To do this, you remain still at one point, stretch your arm, close one eye, and measure the object between the tip of the pencil and thumb. We try to understand the proportions comparing the measures with each other. For this bottle, the width is a quarter of the height. So after finding the center of the sheet, you can sketch a rectangle 4 times larger than the base, where the bottle is inscribed. The neck of the bottle is exactly a quarter of the height, equal to the width, so having already drawn the 4 portions, I already know that the neck is located in the top quarter. To get an idea of the thickness of the neck, I can compare the width of the neck with the width of the bottle, for example. The thickness of the neck is 1/3 of the width of the bottle. To understand the type of rounding before the neck, I can use a round shape, like a coin, and try to understand if it coincides with a circle, for example. In fact, being a circle, I can go and draw it under the neck of the bottle. This allows me to draw the 2 sides exactly and mirror. To this remain only the rounded sides of the bottom and top with its small indentation. The bottle inscribed in this rectangle will be perfectly proportioned. First of all, we decide what we want the size of the drawing to be, taking into account that the height and the width of the objects, but also the distance between them and the edges of the composition, in order to ensure what we stay within the limits of the shade. Now we must begin to observe and compare some measures of the composition with each other. If we draw a vertical and horizontal line in our drawing, we can see how, for example, the central bottle is in the center of this line and how it also falls in the lower part of the sheet. We can also see that the bottle on the right is the narrowest one, while the one in the middle is the widest. We already know the measurements of the right bottle, but we can also measure the empty space as well as the objects themselves. For example, the central bottle is as wide as the right bottle, plus the space between the two. The left bottle is almost as thick as the middle one. The height of the silver label of the bottle coincides with the curve of the central bottle, and the distance from the label to the cap of the same bottle is equal to the entire height of the central bottle. The beginning of the curvature starts immediately after the silver label, and so on. Measuring the space with your pencil is the only way you have to draw proportion.